A prominent Portland lawyer is adding his voice to the chorus of those who basically think the county has lost its mind when it comes to harm reduction for people who use fentanyl. Multnomah County had planned to distribute smoking supplies to drug users, things like straws and tin foil to help people safely use their drugs. But they walked back the policy after facing intense criticism from elected leaders and others. One of those critics, attorney John DiLorenzo. He has repeatedly sued the city of Portland and won, and did not mince words when I talked with him this morning. So we're talking about harm reduction from Multnomah County, and you have some serious concerns about it. Can you just spell those out?
Well, I wouldn't call it harm reduction. I would call it enablement. And it seems that this county office is more one of drug addiction enablement than it is of harm reduction, especially if we're going to embark upon a policy that's going to be untested and pass out foil and drug paraphernalia just to make it easier for those who have a horrific addiction to stay addicted.
DiLorenzo's words matter. He most recently sued the city of Portland on behalf of disabled folks who use the city's sidewalks. He accused the city of violating the Americans with Disabilities Act by allowing homeless campers to block the sidewalks with their tents. The two sides eventually settled, with the city saying it would spend millions of dollars focused on removing sidewalk tents and campsites. The lawyer now says Multnomah County health plan to hand out fresh foil and smoking supplies to fentanyl users. Well, he says that would endanger those with disabilities who use those sidewalks.
And I felt that a county policy that would result in fentanyl-laden toxic tinfoil everywhere throughout the city did not benefit my clients, because they have to wheel through all of that debris with their wheelchairs.
And he said once people go through that stuff with their wheelchairs, they have to clean it off, and that it's harder than it sounds when you're confined to a wheelchair, and that it's dangerous. Overall, the lawyer is telling city leaders they should just stop paying $40 million a year to the Joint Office of Homeless Services, because, he says, the county is actively moving against city efforts to curb homelessness.
The best thing to do would be to just cancel the arrangement, because the quotes I read yesterday from, after the county chair temporarily suspended the contract do not give me a lot of comfort that this thing isn't going to come back. We have staff that is ideological and is insistent on what they call housing first, which is really, let's wait 5 years until everyone who's currently on the street dies from overdoses anyway, and then put whoever's left with their hopeless drug addictions and mental illnesses into $500,000 a unit housing and hope that everything's going to be perfect from then on. That's not the approach we should be using.
Okay, maybe a little bit of hyperbole in there, but you get his point. He believes the two sides are philosophically divided, and the money the Portland taxpayers are giving the county is being spent on the wrong things. I asked the county for a response. They questioned the lawyer's motives, and the head of the joint office wrote, "The extension of the joint office is a done deal. Both the city and the county recently agreed to move forward with a 12-month extension. The joint office's relationship with the city is on the upswing, and we're working every day to increase our coordination and alignment to solve homelessness in our region." And he went on to write, "In just the past few months, we've doubled down on our close cooperation around new temporary alternative shelter sites, additional safe rest villages, an expanded Clean Start program to increase trash removal, and our work with the state to house individuals now sleeping at the foot of the steel bridge." By the way, I contacted the city for their take on DiLorenzo's letter. So far, I've not heard back from them.